So here on Stillhouse Hollow today, got the yak, man, ready to go. This is gonna be a sick lake. You got, well, say lake, hollow lake. Anyway, so you got the sun coming up behind me over there. Got the full moon setting over here, man. So here's the time of year. Here's the conditions. We're in late March. Oh my goodness, huge fish just over there. So we're in late March. Spawn is on. We got the full moon phase going on right now, so the spawn ought to be just, I mean, crazy today. So we're gonna try some bed fishing. We're gonna hopefully, you know, get on just any maybe pre-spawners who are late, or maybe post-spawners even, because I mean it's been on down here for a while. So we're on Stillhouse Hollow. That's just right west of Salado. So we're gonna see how it goes. But I just snagged this like pound-and-a-half crappie. Oh my goodness! All day for this little. Guys, I'm killing it. It's just crazy. Here's Josh backing up. He hates when people watch him back up. I don't know why, because he's backing like a pro right now.
Like a boss.
Oh man, see, there he goes. Man, look at him go. Putting that thing in there first time. Boom. I look like a noob today, man. I was like 5 or 6 times. This guy hitting it out of the park on the first time.
So after Josh helped me down the boat ramp and we got our kayaks in the water, got my fly rod out. Was using the 7-weight rod today because I knew that there was probably going to be some good sized fish hooked up, and just got to it right away. So after using the fly rod for a little while, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pick up the spin rod and give it a little try with the Texas rig set up in Rage Crawl, and turned out to be awesome. First cast out, got this guy. Wasn't all that big, about a pound, pound-and-a-half, but definitely a welcome fish for the start of the day. So after the first fish, I went ahead and crossed over the cove to a little shallow area where I thought that there might be some beds and things like that going on. And sure enough, I got into some probably pre-spawn bass where the males were kind of moving up in the shallow area. They were somewhere in the 3 to 4 foot range, and that just seemed to kind of be the key all day, except for the exception of just a couple fish. But this guy here was caught in about 3 or 4 foot of water and was an awesome fight on the fly rod. Loved it. Alright, so you got that guy just back up over here in this little cove area. That's where they're going to be, man. They're going to be bedding up today. So that was exciting. Nice little 2-pound bass on the fly rod. Let's keep it going. Let's see if we can't get something. Man, I would love to get a 4 or 5 pounder out here today. I mean, it would be sick. Alright, I'm so excited. So I'd spotted some movement a little further out, and with the day already kind of picking up and getting a little windy, I went ahead and grabbed the spin rod to give her a little cast further out up into the real shallow area there, probably about 2 foot of water more or less, and chunked up in there for a little bit. it did pay off. I finally hooked into what I would consider a monster. Hooked into that sucker and didn't land it, but as you can see here, it shredded. My Texas rig was an awesome hit. It was a big hit, bent my rod way down, so it was definitely a huge fish. But that's the way it goes sometimes, and I have a nice split Texas rig, soft plastic, to show for that huge hit. So I went back to the fly rod after that, and you would think that I would have learned my lesson, but actually the footage that you're seeing right now happened twice. Trying to turn on my GoPro while I'm trying to pull in the fish and losing it. Oh my goodness, just made me sick. So lesson learned, don't do that, and lost some good fish to show for it. There's a yak all decked out. Looking good. Just hammered this little hole. Didn't get them all on camera, but pulled about, I guess, 4 out of here. Awesome. All right, continuing on. So after about an hour, went ahead and met back up with Josh, and we decided to go ahead and move over to another area. And while we were on our way, he went ahead and pulled in a nice little 2.5 pounder here. Was awesome to actually get him pulling in a fish on camera. I believe this was the first fish that I actually filmed live, so it was kind of a cool deal. Really enjoyed fishing with Josh. The guy knows quite a bit, and when it comes to drop shot, the dude just hammers it.
I believe you can catch fish now. I believe it. I gotta roll my hand.
So we continued around this point back into another cove to not really any success. Didn't really have any luck back in that cove. Went ahead and went all the way into the back. Didn't get anything. Didn't really even see anything back there. And then ended up coming back to the point. By that time, it was getting close to lunchtime, so we went ahead and docked the kayaks for a whole minute and started getting a little something to eat. I don't even remember what I had that day, but I'm sure it was awesome after fishing all morning. Anyway, I went ahead and took the chance to go ahead and cast off the bank a little bit, and came up with this nice little fish. I was throwing the drop shot here with the baby brush hog on it, and was just working it in real slow. Got hammered. Had also spotted some fish closer into the log jam that was there to my right, and threw in there a few times. Actually broke off on a real good sized fish, but hey, that's the way it goes. Seems to be the story of Stillhouse. Get a few decent fish and then break off on the big ones. But anyway, that's the way fishing goes. It's called fishing, not catching. After a little bit more bank fishing, went ahead and got back in the kayak and headed back to an original cove that we were close to but didn't go into because there were some boaters that said it was kind of dead back there. But I went ahead and went on back with the yak anyway, just to see what I could do, and ended up coming up with this little guy. Again, was on the drop shot. He just nailed it. It was awesome. So apparently that spot wasn't dead after all. It was great. Got me a little fish out of it and just continued on from there. All right, last fish of the day was a nice one. Really enjoyed pulling in this guy again. It was on the drop shot. I had just thrown it up semi-shallow, probably 3 or 4 foot of water. Was just kind of working it back slow. Wasn't really expecting anything, but all of a sudden my line just shot. I set the hook and came out with this nice little bass. It was a great fish to end the day on.
Man, one more brush on, yo.
All right, so all packed up. You guys can see. Woo! Wow, look at easy removal. All right, guys. So it was an awesome day, man. Josh and I just killed it. It slowed down a little bit in the afternoon, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely a really, really good day on the water. Had a lot of fun. You guys can see I got a lot of good sun. Anyway, there's Josh over there, right there. All right, guys. Well, it was a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching as usual, guys. Hey, remember to subscribe and like. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hey, keep those lines tight, and God bless. All right, so there's my, oh, where'd he go? He already went down it there. And man, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can. I think so. Buddy Josh is already down there. All right, I really can't see here because the sun is just so bad. I can't see anything. That fish was just back over here, right where I thought he'd be, up in the shallows here. I know they're on bed right now, so just trying to fish these shallow spots, you know, up here in this cove as well. I may have been looking at the whole time.